Hi, it's Marianne, the Frugal Chef. Here's me some chocolate chip cookies. Who doesn't like those? Let me show you how I make these. These are chewy, delish. You know, I learned this recipe from a really good friend that I have in Bolivia. She used to make these every birthday, and we'd all just, we'd love them because they're nice and chewy, okay? The first thing we need to do is process some light brown sugar with some oatmeal, okay? I have 1 1/4 cups of light brown sugar in here, and I'm just gonna add 1/2 cup of oatmeal. So I need to process this really well until it's really fine, okay? So I'm gonna do that first, and then I'll come back. So let's get our dry ingredients ready, okay? I'm gonna whisk together 1 3/4 cup of flour with 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, okay? So I'm just gonna whisk that. Now, for our wet ingredients, I have a cup of butter in here, 2 sticks, and 3 tablespoons of light corn syrup, okay? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cream this, and then I'm going to add my oatmeal and brown sugar. See, it's nicely pulsed and processed there. So then I'm gonna cream that. Then I'm gonna add 2 eggs, 1 at a time, and cream those. I'm gonna be scraping my bowl all the time so that it mixes evenly. So then I'm gonna add my flour in 2 batches, okay? All I want to do really is for it to mix well. I don't want to beat it to death. I want nice chewy cookies. Finally, I'm gonna add 1 cup of chocolate chips. I have 1/2 cup of bittersweet and 1/2 cup of milk chocolate chips that we'll put in here, okay? Now, I want you to preheat your oven at 375 degrees, okay? And I also want you to lightly butter your cookie sheets. Okay, so I'll be back when all of this is creamed and I've put everything together, and we'll spoon our cookies dough onto our baking sheets, okay? So here's our cookie dough. It's got all the nice chips in it. It's great. If you want, you could add about 1/2 cup of walnuts into this. I'm not going to. I'm just going to have the chocolate chips, okay? So now let's spoon it onto our baking sheets. Go ahead and use the wrapper for your butter, you know, to just lightly butter your baking sheet, okay? I'm going to use this little cookie scoop that I have to scoop out my batter. Now, you want to put this fairly far away from each other, okay? Because they're going to spread. So this is how I want you to position your cookies in each pan, okay? A couple things about this. The butter that I used was room temperature, and the eggs that I used were room temperature too. So I took them out a while before I started making these, okay? Secondly, I'm gonna bake these for 8 minutes max. They're still gonna be a little raw in the middle, but that's okay. They'll harden as they get cold, okay? I want them to be chewy. Okay, so I'll finish doing this on all my pans, and I'll get back to you once they're baked, okay? All right, I baked these for 7 minutes instead of the 8 I told you I would. Some of them stuck together, but so I'm just, you know, separating them with my spatula. So I'm just gonna separate them more in my next pan, okay? Go ahead and leave them on the baking sheet for 2 minutes, and then use a very thin spatula to move them onto a cooling rack, okay? Okay, let's finish these. Here you go, my friends. Chewy chocolate chip cookies from thefrugalchef.com. Eat well without going broke. I will see you soon.